Hi and welcome to the ETS Academy demonstration. The ETS Academy is the world's first mobile travel safety training solution for you and your organization. It is designed to put travel safety training directly into the palm of your hands. We have a whole bunch of videos, 89 in total, that range from in your pre-travel all the way to emergency situations. So that would include things of what to pack, how to research the destination, all the way through to difficult emergency situations like what to do in a weapons attack or a gun attack, and everything in between. We have specific videos for disabled travelers, we have ones for the LGBT community, and also for females, all built into a mobile app that is in the palm of your hands. So let's get started. Let me do a demonstration for you. Over on the left hand side over here on the screen, we have what we call our admin console. The admin console controls the content that the users see on the mobile app, which you can see over here on the right hand side even. And you can see we've got pre-travel, we've got health and well-being, we've got traveling, destination, personal security, and emergency situations. Now, and I'll show you how to do this later on, is important to realize is this doesn't just deliver travel safety training. You could also create your own content in here as well. And I'll show you how to do that as the demonstration goes on. So if we clicked on the pre-travel here, you can see we have all of our pre-travel videos. If we go back, we can then go into emergency situations, and you can see all of our videos to do with emergency situations. And if I went back and I clicked on the lovely Rose here, you can see she's now talking to us and telling us what to do in terms of what travel documents we should take with you. Each video is designed to be between 60 and 90 seconds, so they're short and they're snappy, and they're designed specifically to educate people on that specific topic. We've ensured that the language is easy, so it's not using any military or technical terms. It's done in plain English to directly talk to the travellers that are not familiar with that language. Let me just close that down. Great. Go back to the home screen, all the way back there. And let's talk about how the system is set up. So over here, we have a bunch of different options. And the first one you see is manage users. Now, managing users is important because we can control directly what content is displayed in the app. And we can do it right down to the user level. So one of your employees may get one set of content and one employee may get another set of content, all depending on how we get them set up. So let me have a look. Let me just show you how that works. By going into manage users, we have got these groups. We've got regions, countries, territories, groups, job roles, and of course users. And inside, when you create a user, you then assign them a job role, a group, a territory, a country, or a region. Interesting, but how does that actually work in real life? Well, let me give you some examples. Let's say you've got a group in your organization that are VIPs, and because they're VIPs, they have some different travel safety training requirements than other travelers. If we created a group and we called it VIPs, and we found those users inside our database and we allocated them as VIPs, what would happen is the content that would be seen in here would only be seen by that group of individuals. Now, you could also look at it from another way, from countries. So if you had some content that you wanted to deliver in France just to the French speakers in France, when you assign them to France and you assign France to the users, they would see just French content and all the different permutations in between. As you can see, it's a very powerful way of controlling lots and lots of content. So once you set the users up, the email is sent directly to the user that gives them the links to the apps. Now, whilst this is on my Apple iOS device, we also have an application that works for Android, and we also have a web version of this, exactly the same as the mobile versions, but done in a web app. Now, this means that if you are not giving your employees mobile devices, or they're working more in desktops, they can still get access to the videos. And what you can see, and you can see this in both the mobile and the web app version, you can see once you've watched the video, which we just have, you get this little tick come up. in the corner to say that you have watched it. It means that we also track on the admin console who has watched what and when. And this is so important for compliance. If you needed to make sure that every employee had watched a specific video or a piece of content before they could travel, you can use our platform to be able to monitor, get the videos out to them, and then see if they've actually watched the video. Because providing it is good, ensuring they've watched it is, of course, excellent. So let me just go back to the home pages. Home pages there, and we'll go back over to our administrator as well. So you've got your managed users. I'll skip over messaging because I'll go directly into managed content, because managed content is the heart and soul of how this platform works. And you can see here we have the channels that you can see on the right hand side. So pre-travel, health and well-being, etc. And it's very simple really. If I wanted to move them around, so I want it to health and well-being go first, I can do that. And by just popping over to and refreshing the channel, it has already moved them around in the app. It is dynamic and in the moment. So what you can do on the admin console is immediately reflected inside the mobile app. So let me just put that back before I get into trouble. And you can see if I put that back, it's now in the right place. Equally, if I wanted to change the word pre-travel, and I wanted to change that, if I just typed the change in here, it would also appear in here. I don't have to stick to the 6 channels. I can create another channel by clicking on create. I give it a title. I give it a thumbnail. The thumbnail is just the image you see here. I say whether it's active or not, and then I can tell it where and who should see it. So you can see here I've got the choice of US or worldwide. I've got different countries, territories, groups, and job roles. Now, what that means is as soon as I, let's say, make that available over here to worldwide, every user that's in the worldwide group will see that particular channel. And the same thing applies with the content. You've got here the pre-travel. If I go and have a look inside pre-travel, you can see all of the videos that represent the content over here. All from what documents I take on trip is the first one. I have the ability to go in here and I can then choose who sees that. And at the moment it's worldwide and US. But if I just remove all, hit update, and if I then go into the app and I go back to pre-travel, you can see that video is now missing because I haven't got the privilege to go and see it. So very quickly you can create and you can deploy content and you can make sure the right content is going to the right people. Again, I'll just put that back to save myself getting into trouble. Now, before I go on, whilst I said we can create content channels, the other thing that we can do inside content is actually manage and create content ourselves. Now, what this means, because we don't just have to deliver videos, we can deliver PDF documents, Word documents, images. It means that you have got here a mobile content delivery platform. So if you wanted to deliver any other content, let's say evacuation procedures or country profiles or maybe a travel policy, expenses policies, you can do this in the app. You just simply create, let's take policies for example. We could create a channel called policies. We could then upload all our policies, and it really is as simple as hitting create content, giving a title and a description. That's the title here on the app, and that's the description. You give it a thumbnail, which is just a picture. You upload the content, and then you tell who's going to see it, and it will be immediately available on the app. Some of the use cases of that, as I said, is things like policies, but equally, if you wanted to use it to communicate something important, maybe a message from your security manager or a message from the chief executive, you could record a video and very quickly deliver that to every employee in your organization in seconds. It's a very, very powerful tool for both training, but also for communication and collaboration around content. So let's go back out of here. I'm going to put that back to the home page. And we're also going to have a look at links. Now, links is something we've added in, which if I go to links on the app here, you can see we've got the ability to access other useful websites. So if I clicked on travel advice for a country, off it goes, and I can then go in here and I can say, let's have a look at Belarus. And it will then give me some useful information about Belarus. But whilst we've given you 6 things to have a look at, again, you can create a link by simply creating the link, giving it a title, give it a link and create, and it will then appear inside the app for you as well. So again, a very powerful way of, again, making sure that the right information is in the hands of the right people. You won't be able to change the names of these ones. These are ones that are already built in, but you can again change the links dependent on the country or the region or the territory, the group or the job role that you need to work with. So again, only the right content is going into the hands of the right people. One of the things I did touch on is messaging. So inside messaging, you see I've got messages here and I've got messages down here on the app, is we have an inbuilt messaging platform that allows you as an administrator to message directly the people who use the app. Now, again, you can do this by an individual. So if I wanted to speak to an individual, I can, or I could message, guess what, the countries, the regions, the territories, the groups, or the job roles. Now, this is again extremely powerful. If you need to communicate something to a large group of people or just a specific group of people, you can use the messaging inside the app. And of course, it's completely secure, end-to-end encryption. And because it delivers the messages directly to the app, it cuts through the noise that you might associate with other forms of messaging like email. So, of course, when you are going to be giving a travel safety or an important safety message out into your organization, you want to make sure the employees get it and they get it very, very quickly. Our platform cuts through the noise, has its own dedicated platform. Now, in return, the traveler, the user, can message back to the admin console as well, but it is not designed for messaging other users. It's only designed for communication back to the administrator. So it's a one-to-many relationship. So you don't need to worry about issues around privacy. Everything is controlled between one person to a group. Everything is recorded and audited in the background. And that brings me to another point. The entire platform is already GDPR compliant, so you don't need to worry about the content as well. We've got that covered for you as well. If we then go and have a look at practices, practices is basically a quiz. And the way it works is we've got some questions already, but you can again create your own questions and you can distribute that out to your users. Once you've get them all set out, by clicking on the practice area, those questions are then available and recorded. So you can not only deliver a piece of content, you can then see who's watched the content, and then equally you can find out who has understood that content by then doing a quiz to find out if they've really understood what's going on. All of that is then saved from a compliancy point of view, which of course allows you to make you got a full picture of who was trained before they entered any sort of environment. Go back to home. So users, messages, content, links, practices, and of course reports. Reports allow us to do the things like I said in terms of reporting who was watched, what and when. But we also have a number of other reports, including scoreboards, who's answered the questions, who has been non-compliant. Now, what that means is that when we issue out the questions, it's these people who haven't then completed the questions that have been asked for them. We've then got questions around adoption, who is using it, and we've got some more reports based around the questioning should you need them as well. The full reporting platform allows you to export as well as view them on screen, and it's all recorded inside our secure, backed up database on our web servers. So I hope that gives you an idea of what we've got with the ETS Academy. It is a travel safety training platform, but it also allows you to deliver other content directly into the hands of your employees in the right moment. As I said, it's all about the right content to the right person at the right time.